Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tasha and I am your new favorite manifestation coach. However, today we are not manifesting. I am not being a little witchy and I'm also not traveling. Even though technically for this video, I did travel. You guys are here because you want all the deets on my BBL procedure. I feel like every cosmetic procedure that I have ever gotten done, I've always shared it with you guys, from my teeth to my lips. I also did get more lip filler in the Dominican Republic. Maybe this is just like my inner spiritual like throat chakra self. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and lie to y'all. I hate when people do that. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's flat tummy tea. I did a bazillion squats at the gym. Or even if somebody gets like weight loss surgery and they're like, oh, take this, take that. Nah, be like, just speak your truth. Like, I'm always willing to help you guys out. I mean, I wouldn't have known everything that I knew about this procedure going into it if somebody wasn't there to help me. So I just feel like I hope I can help somebody else if you're thinking about going abroad or just whatever and having any type of procedure done. Just do it, girl, do it. You will feel a million times better. Like, your self-confidence, I feel like, will go through the roof. If it's just been on your heart, like, just get it done. Like, people are going to talk about you regardless if you're skinny, or people are going to talk about you regardless if you're fat. People are going to talk about you if you do it or if you don't do it. Just do it. Do what makes you happy. I'm a firm believer in do what makes you happy. So with that being said, guys, okay, first of all, this is the third time I've recorded this video and I don't care how it comes out this time. I'm sticking with it. I will edit the hell out of it and just make it good. And even if it doesn't come out good, I don't care. I'm still going to post it because this has been too much. I recorded this when I got home. I recorded it at like 4 weeks post-op, and then I also recorded it. I'm recording it again now, and I didn't like how it came out before. So here we are once more, and I don't care this time. I don't care anymore. It is what it is, and you're gonna get the message. So on June 21st, I went to the Dominican Republic and I got a BBL and Lipo 360 with Dr. Marcos Soto. Insert picture. Yeah. I have been doing research about this procedure for forever. I'm in a bunch of plastic surgery groups. I tried to get the good, the bad, and the ugly on all doctors. It was between a couple, and why can't I talk today? I don't know. Anyway, I picked Dr. Soto. So I came across, there's this girl I know, she actually went to him like some time ago, and we're like the similar height and build body wise. I am 5'9", and I normally weigh like, I'll say 170, 170. I did gain weight to get this surgery done. I got a BBL and Lipo 360. If you don't know what that is, even though I'm sure you do, that's why you're here for this video. They lipo your stomach, your sides, like your flanks and everything, and then Dr. Soto actually does your whole back. Some doctors only do like a portion of your back and they charge that. Well, he does your whole back, okay? The whole thing. No fat left at all, nada. It's gone. He took out everything. And then they take that fat, they harvest it, and they fill in either your thighs, your butt, your hips, like whatever you want filled out to just give you like a nicer shape. The girl that I know, like I said, we're the similar height and build, and she gave me all the deets, which made me feel even more comfortable about picking him in the long run. So that's who I went with. He also has great bedside manners, because you hear of a lot of doctors, like, they'll take your money, do your surgery, and then if something goes wrong, like, you never hear from them again. And I'm like, hold up, like, I don't want that. If something goes wrong with me, I need to be able to reach my doctor, especially like if you're abroad and in another country. So here you go, guys. Enjoy. So when I knew I wanted to do Dr. Marcos, I went on his Instagram page, and he has a link up top. I went on there, I sent photos, I filled out the questionnaire. Do not lie. Do not lie. The one thing I found out, I'll say, during this whole journey, girls lie to the extent that they can to get surgery done because they want surgery that bad. First of all, work out, lose weight. If he says get a tummy tuck, get a tummy tuck, because I feel like that's what everybody's like, I don't want a tummy tuck. It's like, Bill, for you to get the best results, get that tummy tuck. Okay, anyway, they just lie. Like, they lie about everything. Don't lie. If something happens to you while you're laid up on that table, you could die, and because you lied, like, they won't know how to save you. Just don't lie. So go to his IG, you know, you fill out the questionnaire. It's like a health questionnaire. Have you ever had surgery before? Do you smoke? Kids? Blah, 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 all that good stuff. So you fill that out, and then the coordinator gets back to you. It was called Surgery Coordinate, and they'll give you, like, you know, step-by-steps on, okay, if you want to go through with Dr. Marcos, this is what you have to do next. I sent my deposit. They got me booked. Then they got back to me and they said, hey, are you interested in a drive or an overnight nurse? It was basically like their little package and recovery house. Dr. Marcos works with 2 recovery houses. Specifically, you can stay at whatever recovery house or Airbnb or whatever you want to do. But if you stay outside of the 2 that are like in his network, then it's kind of like, not like you're on your own, but if something was to happen, it might take them a little bit longer to get back to you than like the direct link for the other 2. So I picked one of the 2 that were like in network. Like I said, if that's what you want to call it. I stayed at Harmonia Recovery House. However, I did not know Harmonia had more than 1 location. Apparently they have an apartments location, an actual house, and the penthouse location. I stayed at the penthouse. I'm glad that I did because there was only like 4 or 5 girls there at a time. I also did not take pics. So I didn't take pictures really in the recovery house, and I didn't take pictures at the clinic. This is just my disclaimer. You know, there's hundreds of girls there, like in the clinic, getting procedures done. And I wasn't trying to have the camera out in everybody's face, like, hey, what are you doing? Because it could get a little ratchet in there. So I was just trying to respect people's privacy. Obviously, this is a vulnerable time in your life. You just had surgery. You know, I'll speak for myself. Like, I felt ugly, you know. So I'm sure other people felt the same way. Like, you're hurt right now. Like, you're technically hurt and you're recovering. So I didn't record. So I'm just going to tell you my experience verbatim. Harmonia, I picked that recovery house. It was great. Like I said, multiple locations. I stayed at Penthouse. Maria was our overnight nurse, and then we had like a housekeeper who did like the food and cleaned everything every day, washed your clothes, everything you needed. I don't remember her name though. I kept forgetting her name the whole time I was there too, which is horrible. But it was great too because, like I said, there was only 4 girls there or so at a time, so it just made everything easier. Like, I couldn't imagine staying at the house and there'd be 20 girls and 20 different personalities and just 20 different everything. And I don't know how many staff was there, but I couldn't imagine that like the staff to client ratio was like adequate enough. But anyway, so like I said, I signed up with the package through Surgery Coordinate, and they literally did everything for me. I just paid them and it was all lined up. Everything was smooth. My driver got in touch with me. My overnight nurse got in touch with me. Everybody got in touch with me via WhatsApp. So if you don't have WhatsApp and you want to get this procedure done, I suggest you download it. If you do go with Dr. Marcos, I say pay Surgery Coordinate for that little extra package because it just gives you like, it's one less thing you want to worry about while you're there. Like, I don't want to have to worry about finding a driver, an overnight nurse, all that extra. Like I said, they did everything for me. So day 1, I left on the 21st, got to the DR. My driver was like, hey, you know, I'm here, yada, yada, yada. I said, okay, like, I'm getting food. I'll be on my way out. He actually came in and met me. His name was Gegar. He was awesome. I was able to practice my Spanish with him. And he took me to the recovery house. He picked me up early the next morning, where I went and did my post-op visit with Dr. Marcos. You know, I told him what I wanted, told him what I didn't want. I was very thorough with this man. Let's see. He flat out asked me, he was like, do you want a big old booty? And I'm like, no, sir. No. Like, I stressed to him, do not have me out here looking crazy. I'll put pictures at the end. I was like, do not have me out here looking crazy. I want my stomach and my hips and my thighs and my butt. Like, I need everything to match. I do not want to look like an ant or a tooth. No, sir. Most people, you can go, well, not most people, but there's pretty much like two options. You can either go for hips or lats. I chose hips. Lats really isn't my thing. Lats is more so that over exaggerated look. I wanted something just more natural. Like I said, just make my stomach go away. Like I was tired of looking at my stomach. It wasn't even that big, but I just needed that shit gone. Like I work out and I was in decent shape going into this, which I also feel like definitely helped my recovery process, but nah, it was just make me look good, sir. So after I had my post-op visit, it's like from there, it's like an assembly line. You know, they give you your paperwork, you go downstairs to the first floor, you get your lab work done, your chest x-ray, and you also, I'm sorry y'all, slight angle change. My phone, it just said it overheated, so we're back. So after you do your pre-op with the doctor, they give you your paperwork, and from there it's like literally an assembly line. So you go to floor 1, you do your P test, you do your chest x-ray, which you wait for, and then they give it to you like 10 minutes later. Everything is super quick. They do your blood work, and yeah, blood work right then and there. And if I were you, I would get your blood work done first, because if not, you can't eat until after your blood work is done. I made the mistake of waiting a little bit, and your girl was hangry by the time I got to blood work. Let's see. After that, I went to the, I think it was the second floor. And what do you do there? You did like pulmonology, like a special breathe test. If you smoke, you had to go see another doctor so they could do another lung test on you. They do heart, they do EKG, tests for some other stuff. I believe they do an echo test as well. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Like literally you keep it moving. And then once all your stuff is done, they give you your paperwork and you go, did they give you paperwork? They give you your chest x-ray. And then you go back up to the doctor. And by that time, I feel like once everything is done, they can like, I don't know if they summons like your paperwork from all the doctors, or if they just have the packet already together and then they give it to them. I don't quite remember. They kind of swindled me. So when I went, I did not, like we didn't need a COVID test to go from the States to the Dominican Republic. You just had to fill out a form. But me being me, I got a COVID test before I went anyway, just in case. So I get my paperwork and she's going over everything and she's like, oh, well, your antibodies test came back positive. And I was like, well, that's funny because I've gotten the antibodies test a couple times and I get tested often with my job and I've never had COVID. And I just got a COVID test before I came and I don't have COVID. She's like, well, you need another COVID test. So here's the information for the pharmacy. You're gonna have to go to, anyway, I took an Uber to the pharmacy. I paid $35 to get this COVID test done. The lady tells me right then and there, she's like, well, you don't have COVID. It'll take like 30 to 40 minutes and then we'll WhatsApp you like the official printout. So I'm like, okay, cool. So my flight attendant friend Jerome came with me for a couple of days just to make sure I was like good coming out of surgery. Thanks, Bill. And you know, we get back to the doctor's office and the doctor's assistant, like I tell her, I'm like, look, they said I don't have COVID and they're gonna WhatsApp me the report, just like give it a couple minutes. She told me, it's fine, don't worry about it. And I'm like, so you really just wasted an hour of my time and like $40 just for you to tell me don't worry about it? Anyway, don't let them swindle you, y'all. So all my tests came back fine. I went back to the recovery house, chilled, the next morning got up super early, went to surgery. There was like one more test they had to go over. It wasn't even a test, it was just like a pre-op thing. You had to fill out some more paperwork. This is the day of. More paperwork. They just asked you some final questions, you know. I said this in a previous video with my teeth, how I broke my femur way back when. I told them about that. They were like, oh, okay, well, like, what is your rod made out of? We just have to know, like, in case we have to treat you or whatever. I told them it's like titanium or whatever the newest, like, metal is that they put in people. They're like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, we just need to know. So obviously, like I said, I was honest and upfront with them about that. What else? After I did that, they took me into like the prep surgery room. I think that was like on floor 3. And, you know, they prepped me for my IV. They prepped me with the pain pump. Don't get the pain pump, y'all. It's bullshit. It's a waste of time. It's just, don't even. Like, it's $250. All mine did was leak. Like, I don't know if you can see. I have a little like IV hole there from it. It literally leaked the whole time. I have a high pain tolerance. Just get pain meds here, or even take like ibuprofen or Tylenol. I feel like you'll be fine compared to what pain pump was. What else? Prep me for that. The doctor came in once again, makes you feel super comfortable. He marked me up for surgery. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're not gonna do. Then an assistant comes in and they cart you up to floor 4, I believe. And that's like the OR, like the operating room. I'm pretty sure they took me straight into the operating room. Like, I don't remember making a pit stop, but then again, it is kind of like, it's kind of blurry. I don't really remember. Took me in the operating room. I remember them putting me on the table. His assistant was kind of like rubbing my back and he was like, oh, you know, are you okay? Are you nervous? That extra level of like comfort, it did make me feel good, even though like I wasn't nervous at all. But if you are nervous going into this, Dr. Marcos staff, like I said before, is amazing. Next thing I knew, I remembered looking at the clock and I was like, oh, it's 10:15. Like, I was knocked out. I was so knocked out. And then I remember waking up and it was maybe like 3:30 and Jerome was like, hey, how are you? I was like, hi. So it was good to have a friend there, like for that familiar face, just for me to see when I first woke up. The hospital kept me for like a day after surgery for like observation. So I left. I was there that night and I left the following afternoon. The doctor, when he came back in, he did say that my blood levels were a little bit low. So they gave me 1 bag of blood. It was like 1 bag or like a half a bag. My suggestion is to bring snacks if you don't have a person there with you who can like get you food. Jerome shared his food with me, even though I don't know if he wanted to or not, but thank you, Bill. I appreciate you. I messed up and I made that mistake. I did not bring snacks. However, the hospital did give me, I think they gave me soup by the time I could finally eat. And then that following morning, they gave me some oatmeal, but I was hungry because you figure it's like 24 hours after, and you know, I haven't really eaten. I've eaten soup. So that's my only suggestion. I would bring food with you if you can. I know they make you wait a while because the anesthesia in your system, like you can get sick after. But let's see. They eventually stood me up to put on my faja. When they did that, I felt a little lightheaded, but I feel like everybody says that they're lightheaded. So they sat me back down really quick and they gave me a cold compress for my head and the back of my neck. And then they gave me some water and then that made me feel a lot better. Then once I got the blood transfusion, I really felt a lot better after that. So then later on, let's see, I called my driver. Gegar came and picked me back up. We went back to the recovery house and I was good. Like I said, I feel like me being somewhat in shape, I don't want to say like in shape because I definitely by no means was in, like I said, triathlete like shape. But you know, like I work out, I do some type of exercise like every day. I definitely walk every day. It really helped me as far as my recovery process because everything has been super easy. I would say probably around like maybe day 5 or day 6. I stayed in the Dominican for a total of 13 days period, or for a 13-day period from the time I arrived to the time that I left. And I would probably say maybe around day like 7 or so. I even started like walking, not just in like the little penthouse, but I started walking around the block just so I could like, you know, get my blood and stuff going. Like I said, I exercise every day anyway. So my roommate and I, we went and took a walk. By the time I left, I was walking like a mile every day. I was slow, but I was walking a mile every day, just like around the neighborhood. Let's see what else. Most people when they leave, well, I feel like most people get a tummy tuck too. Like I said, I did not get a tummy tuck. When I left the Dominican Republic, I didn't use wheelchair service either. It actually felt kind of good to walk. However, know your body. Like, I know myself, I was fine. Like I said, I was slow, but at the same time, for me, it felt good to walk just because I'm used to exercising. If you know you don't exercise, then do wheelchair service, boo, because you don't need to pass out in the airport. But I don't know. Overall, the surgery, okay, so I got chin lipo too. I don't know if I said that earlier. I still really can't tell if it really made a difference, because when I go like this, I still feel like I have a double chin. But I do understand there's only but so much they can take out under your chin, because you have obviously like blood vessels and arteries and shit in there. But let's see. So chin lipo, BBL, lipo 360 for my stomach and stuff. The recovery house, the massages. Oh, I forgot the massages. This whole procedure did not hurt. What hurt was the massages afterwards that they give you where they lipo you. I'm telling you, boo, that's the shit that hurts, okay? Like, one day my massage therapist wasn't there and my overnight nurse, Maria, did my massages. And when I tell you I cried real tears, y'all. Like, it was bad. I was like, yeah, can we be done now? Because this isn't fun. And then I went in the bathroom for a while and got myself together. I cried, y'all. It was so bad. The massages, recovery house, all of that. I feel like in total it was like about $6,200. But let's not forget, I'm fortunate, and with my job, I don't have to pay for flights. All I do is pay for if it's international, I pay the taxes. So on the way there, actually going and coming back, I actually got first class for both. So no, that's a lie. Going there, I don't know, I might have been in the exit row or whatever, but I was talking to the people that were working anyway because I knew them. So I was in the back half the time. But coming back, I did get first class, which was great because you do want that extra room for your boppy pillow and you want that extra room just so nobody's like right up on you, you know? So if you can pay for if you can get a whole row to yourself, like if you can't get first class, because I know a lot of the flights, if you leave early in the morning or late at night, a lot of the flights are empty. So, you know, like I said, maybe you'll be fortunate and have a whole row to yourself. So whole row or first class, it's definitely the way. I think I kind of touched on all the points for this video. Like I said, I am going to do a part 2, a question and answer. What else? Like I said, I've had a really easy recovery process. One of my lipo holes was kind of like looking funny and healing weird. And it was like 5 weeks and it still wasn't healed all the way. So I went to my personal medical doctor and she was like, maybe the bandages you're using on it, you shouldn't be using. I was using those honey maca bandages. And at least I think that's what they're called. It made it heal better than what it already looked like. But at the same time, it still wasn't a full scab. Like, it wanted to scab over, but it wasn't. So she was like, don't use that. Just put gauze on it. Literally, oh, and she gave me an antibiotic. Literally, the first day I did what she told me to do, it started healing. And now it's been like maybe 5 days after since I've seen her, and it's basically healed. So if I would have took off those maca bandages a long time ago, it would have probably been healed already. But that was like the only, I feel like, weird thing that happened to me. Like I said, my whole healing process and everything has been good. No complaints at all. Would I do it again? Probably yes. However, like I said, the massages hurt bad. Look, you might cry. Other than that, I don't know. I hope this video helped somebody on their journey. I know I've repeated this multiple times, but I am going to do a question and answer video. I already have my whole list of things like written out that I'm going to go over. And I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're thinking about getting that new booty or any type of cosmetic procedure done, do it for you, boo. Do it for you and you will feel so much better. Bye, guys.